Historically, graphics cards have been an incredible way to earn passive income. And I ain't talking about some video game, I'm talking about GPU mining cryptocurrencies. Yeah, you could have been stacking up Ethereums, Ethers, ETH when it was just a couple bucks a coin. Maybe 40 bucks a coin, maybe 80 bucks a coin, maybe hundreds of dollars per coin. And now it trades for thousands of dollars per coin. I've got one of my GPU mining rigs right behind me. But you may notice it's looking a little empty, it's looking a little barren because maybe it's waiting for the new Intel Arc GPUs. I'm so excited for these for numerous reasons, but the main one is going to be able to review their crypto mining, profitability, capabilities, and look, more GPU producers, manufacturers here. It's better for gamers, it's better for miners, it's better for the whole freaking world. So I've been stoked about the Intel GPUs for way too long, and I'm just excited they're finally here. You're on the Voskcoin YouTube channel. My name is Vosk. Let's jump into what exactly these are, what they do, how they perform, what the specs are, and what ETAs are looking like, along with potential prices. We're gonna go through it all. So just to kick off this video, it's obviously not financial advice. I love mining, passive income, earning crypto with your little robotic employees. It's an incredible thing. Multi-purpose hardware is so freaking cool, but there are some risks associated with that in this era of crypto mining. All the crybaby gamers can shut up and sit down. Nobody cares. Stop whining. We've been mining with graphics cards probably longer than many people have been playing games with computers. Okay, talking to all the youngins that are just all so sensitive these days. Check back the channel, the origin here, the first video, 4 years, actually just about to tick 5 years, that's insane, is going to be our first GPU mining rig, followed by our first ASIC miner review here. Journey's been crazy, and even way back then in the previous market cycle, or you could even say previous market cycle at this point, would be the teasing of the Intel GPU graphics card. I'm stoked to see this, again, for a multitude of reasons here. A new player has entered the game, and you know what? I'm excited. I'm very excited. So, we look at some specs here. We got 1080p versus their XeSS 4K still frame, 2x magnification. Okay, but it's not just Xe super sampling, okay, which Intel boasts as their AI enhanced upscaling capability here. Look, the biggest takeaway here is the simple fact we have another manufacturer jumping in the ring. Okay, the Arc A series, codenamed Alchemist, here is only the beginning. Future silicon software service roadmaps, whatever. Basically, once you start selling graphics cards in this era where they are all so sought after, you won't be stopping. Okay, so they are launching their first Arc Edition cards. They're very akin to like the Nvidia Founders Edition cards, which is cool, right? So you get like the Founders Edition, and then you see brand specific cards come into play. AMD reference cards will be another example of this, basically how AMD does it. Historically, these cards are fantastic. I've always had an incredible experience with them. The same goes for Founders Edition cards here as well. Intel has already launched their A series of GPUs on mobile. Yeah, experience the performance of crypto mining with the new GPU on mobile. But don't do that. Laptop mining sucks. Just you can look into it if you want, but it just ain't it. If you got a laptop, you could consider it, but a lot of times we see a lot of people damaging their laptops, improper cooling, just pushing them too hard. It's definitely fun to test the water. That's how I began mining, was with my laptop. But again, the takeaway here is if you're going to seriously start GPU mining, get a sweet desktop rig, or even preferably build out a GPU mining rig. So this launches Arc 3, then we have Arc 5 and Arc 7. We basically have mobile gaming, mobile laptops, like, just not the high tier, right? Then we got 5. I'm thinking we're going to end up with mid-tier graphics cards. And then we have Arc 7. These are going to be their flagships, high performance gaming, big capabilities. Basically, Intel is going to want to show off what they can do. And Intel inadvertently leaks the details of its flagship Arc GPU. And this is where we start to get into the nitty gritty. Okay, so looking at the specs here, we see a 175 watt power draw. And so a very big thing when it comes to crypto mining is you start fine tuning that power consumption, right? You get your power percent down, or you set a specific watt for consumption, right? And you're like, okay, let's see, I can put this on like 125 watts. We can adjust the voltage maybe, and then obviously we're gonna do a little bit of overclocking for the boys. And before you know it, you're mining not only with a high hash rate, but also efficiency. The less power you are consuming, okay? Let's run through the basics, right? The less power you consume, not only will you reduce your electricity bill, which in turn increases your mining profitability on a USD valuation, you know, period, but also it's easier to see on a USD valuation, right? You reduce your power consumption, but you're better for the environment, which is all the rage in the narrative now. Furthermore, you're burning less money on electric. It's kind of a no-brainer there, but you also produce less heat. More power consumption creates more heat, right? And then your card runs cooler, runs better, lasts longer. You know, you're not just beating the crap out of your thermal pads. And you can keep your fan speed down. You start to preserve your fan a little bit in comparison. I mean, obviously, if you run a fan on 100% versus 50%, it's gonna have an easier time. It's called math, my friends. Do the math. Pretty easy math. Here's the thing, though, right? We can run through the specs and we can look at speculation. At the end of the day, I personally don't want to do that because this is a whole new hardware line. This isn't just like a new Nvidia GPU, a new AMD GPU, which, you know, really it's gonna be similar. A graphics card is a graphics card in this era. And I don't know, maybe sounds like a lame rumor. So let's get some other guesses up here on screen, other estimates people may have. At the end of the day, I'm just really excited. And if they produce a graphics card, which when's the firm release date? Soon is basically the answer, right? But basically a brand new current gen GPU will be effective at mining, but the miners have to adapt their software to be able to support this. So where do I think this forgotten Intel GPU might be released in the future? Hold up, what? There's another one?
Another one.
So GPU speculated about in the past alongside the other two Arc models, right? So we got two versions of Arc 3 right here. We have Arc 5, and then we have two versions of Arc 7 basically. So looking at this at base value, I essentially see 5 different graphics cards that are kind of in the fray here, but they have an open source compiler, and basically the information that was leaked is that this still exists. It's still in the running. And if they're working on it, why wouldn't they bring it to market? For me personally, I'm like, okay, where do I think this falls? You know, how effective is this, whatever. Okay, so right now, for the first time in what feels like forever, is graphics card prices are actually on the decline and stock is actually going up. And we're actually seeing some regularity of availability in graphics cards off the shelf. Like I'll open up some links here in a second, but like you go into the site and oh, they got some options. It's not like, oh yeah, hey bro, we got a 1050 Ti for $400, and you're like, what the? That card's from like 4 years ago, and it only cost $150 then, and nobody really even wanted it. But then you got maniacs like us that built out a 1050 Ti mining rig, and I dare say it looked pretty cool too. And it drew all the power, for better and worse, out of the PCIe connection. So it didn't have all the power cables, which led to an incredibly clean looking mining rig. But now everything's so power hungry. We got graphics cards coming with chunky 3 6-pin or 8-pin connectors. Like, that's crazy. PCI connectors, not 1, not 2, but 3. But one of my points here, personally, I see Intel falling in between low-class cards and high-class cards, right? I don't think they're going to bust out the gates and beat Nvidia at top-tier performers. AMD has some unique cards, but generally speaking, Nvidia just continues to reign as king, okay? I see the best Intel GPU to fall somewhere between, you know, mid-grade and upper-grade AMD and Nvidia cards. But this is very important because that's a very capable graphics card. That is a graphics card, okay, that will be profitable. It's new, it should be efficient, and it's just, again, really very exciting. It's going to bring down prices and increase availability and increase competition here, which will further innovation. So this is incredibly fantastic for gamers and miners alike. So yeah, I'm super stoked about this. I don't know how else to say it, but I completely share this complaint. So Bits Be Trippin', another crypto content creator, crypto miner, right? He posted this tweet and he's like, you know, Nvidia, remember we used to get pretty sweet video game deals as a bonus? I remember giving out video games to a bunch of my friends, or just having extra copies, or if, you know, starting a side hustle, I'm selling game keys as well as mining crypto, right? Because you would get all these sweet games with your graphics cards. But these, and Nvidia, AMD, just they go on and post record quarter after record quarter after record quarter, while people just drown in prices. It's ridiculous. And they blame inflation and this and that, but why is everybody having a record year except for you, the consumer? Yeah, it's big corps doing what they do best.
Hey guys, it's Miss Vosk here to tell you about Metasnacks, which is an NFT project with some pretty cool art. They look like Pop-Tarts. The artist behind Metasnacks has a solid following on Instagram and has created 10,000 unique 3D NFTs for this project. The NFTs have over 400 traits and come in different rarity types as well, with the most rare being an animated form in 4K. The project also offers staking with rewards paid out in Ethereum and plans to give away a Mutant Ape Yacht Club NFT once they sell out. Check out the link in the description below to learn more about Metasnacks. Please do your own research before investing.
Some graphics cards still have just insane prices, in my opinion. Like RX 470s, you know, you could get them for like around $100 sometimes. 8 gigabytes, you know, were a little more expensive. Maybe we're talking like $150. Definitely $200. You know, after crypto kind of went crazy and came back down in 2017, 2018, some of these cards were selling for 50, 60, $80 on eBay. Okay, after having the crap beat out of them and kind of dirty, we see auctions out for this card going for $200, $250 right now. And the 1080 Ti, my favorite graphics card of all time, and we built out so many GPU mining rigs with this just beautiful and capable card. Their prices finally come down some, but still you see buy it now is at $500. You see buy it now $425. We see bids, and this one, you know, obviously it's not done, but we see you know, $281. Actually, I already pulled this up. This will have finished. So let's see what this went for. Oh no, I refreshed it. Okay, so it's up at $325. Right, we're gonna see a sale price probably around $400, based on what I've kind of been seeing here. But the takeaway is that's a card that was $700 new, and it's over 4 years old. That's absolutely insane. Run into availability, right? I pull up Best Buy, just punch in good old graphics cards, because that's what searches had reduced to, of just like, do you have anything, sir? Please. Please, I need a graphics card for my family. Okay. You know, just, yeah, we actually do have some availability. Prices still kind of suck, and they have all met record high prices, and they've been getting these prices because everybody wanted and needed graphics cards. And unfortunately, this has been the issue with many different markets, whether that's building supplies, lumber companies realizing they can get crazy higher prices for their stuff among every other building material. But then you have graphics cards. They've realized that they can raise the prices even higher and make even more money. It's the same thing you see with the car industry. Like, that is why we were set up for the biggest depression ever, because everything is so inflated. Every item, whatever, is so inflated right now, and you, the consumer, are paying the price. You're paying more, you're getting the same or less. That's what it comes down to. Looking at mining profitability with graphics cards, ranking them, right, we still see high mining profitability looking at a lot of different graphics cards. Pay a residential electric bill, clear $5, $4, $4, $360, $350, $340, $330. You know, $260, $240. All these graphics cards earn over $2 a day. So all it takes is 5 of them to earn $10 a day. $10 a day, I don't know about you, but that's pretty interesting and substantial to me, and I know that's easy math, pretty easy math. But let's put it into the calculator. $10 times 365 is $3,650. The problem is graphics cards are so expensive. What used to be breaking even on your GPU mining rig in just a couple months, if not just, several months, you're looking at much longer numbers. However, if you got the hardware, you got to pay it off, or you get a good deal, you catch someone capitulate and get a little scared, it could still be real interesting. But there's the huge issue of Ethereum 2.0 looming, which we've talked about numerous times. But Ethereum is almost solely responsible for all GPU mining profitability. So I might check that video out before I started dropping thousands of dollars on GPUs to build out GPU mining rigs. I'm not pushing ASIC mining or shilling them, just to be clear. I couldn't care less if you buy any of these purpose-built mining rigs. But I can tell you that many of them are still very, very profitable, okay? Earning large sums of money, oftentimes on altcoins, which are very exciting and speculative and have the capability to potentially explode in price. I'm talking like 10,000%. Likely? No. But possible? Yes. That's exciting, and basically, mining is not dead, but there's more people and money in mining than ever before. Just like there should be more people subscribing to the Voskcoin YouTube channel than ever before, because yes, Voskcoin is in fact home to the Doge, the SHIB, the #1 furriest in the world. That's gonna be Tails. Yeah, 10 seconds, no, 15 seconds of Tails here on the channel. Slap the subscribe button. We upload daily. You probably think I'm crazy. You're probably not wrong. I just want to shoot a quick video update on this and kind of run through what I found and run through the numbers and give a little bit of my speculation for what it's worth. I'm just a Doge dad, and I don't know everything. I know some stuff. I've been doing this for about 5 years. For me, again, I'm super personally excited to see these hit the market for numerous reasons. I'm not going to be rushing to build out Intel GPU mining rigs. I'm actually not going to buy these cards until I see that there is software support for them, because I have rushed out to buy new GPUs before that were either very poorly supported or not even supported and really never even got proper support, and then you're just sitting there dead in the water wondering, wow, I spent $1,000 on this. I thought I was gonna earn a couple bucks a day, and I'm not doing okay. But if you're looking for some dude, how about watching daily? We upload daily. Thanks for watching. I'm done. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Have a good night or a good day, good morning, wherever you are, whatever you're doing.
Hey guys, it's Miss Vosk here to tell you about a new NFT game called Meta Cricket League. It's launching on Jump Trade, which is a marketplace through Guardian Link, who is known for the Stan Lee Marvel NFT drop. In order to participate in this play-to-earn game, users need at least one NFT from their collection. Players can earn rewards by ranking high on the leaderboard and challenging other players. There are also options to upgrade your NFTs for in-game benefits. The project is about to launch, and users will be able to buy NFTs with fiat using a credit card or debit card. Check out the link in the video description below to learn more. This is not financial advice.